morning. Well, should I say good morning? Because it might not be morning where they're watching it.
Oh, it's morning for us. So.
Good morning. I'm Debbie with Vacation Club Loans, and today we are sitting here with Kaity Kimball at Big Shot. And Kaity, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, since we're at Disney's Vero Beach Resort and we're recording at Disney's Vero Beach Resort, I thought we could talk about Riviera or, literally any other resort. No, obviously we're going to talk about Vero. So I, up until, and this is probably where some people will be like, oh, fake fan or whatever, but I honestly, until a few months ago, did not know that Disney had a resort in Vero Beach. I never really thought about it. And obviously there's like Hilton Head and Hawaii too. I learned about all of those non-Disney World, Disneyland properties within the last like 6 or 8 months. And I was like, oh, no way. So, I don't know. I feel like I grew up 30 minutes from Disney, so I never really like thought about ever staying in a resort ever. So, but initially I will say though, to be honest, when I heard about it, that they're like, oh, they have a resort in Vero Beach. I was like, why? Yeah. Like, I don't understand. But now I really get it, and I really like it. So we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. So DVC, this is the second property that they built. Mm-hmm. They originally did Old Key West, obviously connected to the Magic Kingdom and the Walt Disney World Resort area. But I think what they were going for is they wanted to have that also beach vacation because that is a number one thing that families want. They want to go to the beach. So Disney, they did a great job because they really kind of stuck with that authentic small town Florida feel.
Yeah.
And Vero Beach is still that authentic Florida. We got the Atlantic Ocean and the sand, but just this little town. It's seafood restaurants. It's golf courses. It's very Florida.
Yeah, if you've never been here, it's not Daytona. It's not New Smyrna. It's not hustle and bustle and bars up and down the street open until it's not Miami. It's very laid back, chill. It's quiet. Like I almost drove right past this resort until I was like, oh. And like had to like turn in. So it's very super relaxing here, super quiet, super chill. Yes. So I really did like that. And then that's why I really came around to it because I was thinking about it. I was like, well, if you're going to get effectively like a timeshare kind of thing and you live in New Jersey or Michigan and you have enough points to do a couple of trips each year, maybe you do one Disney trip with the kids and then one beach trip without the kids, or like you were saying yesterday, just split it, do both. Because we're less than 2 hours away from Magic Kingdom. Like we mapped it on the GPS. It would take us an hour and 48 minutes to get to Magic Kingdom right now.
Yeah, so if half your family wants to do, the Walt Disney World area and the other half of the family wants to do beach, you could 100% do a split stay because it's such a close drive. You could spend a couple of nights in Orlando and do all the hustle and bustle, and then you could do a couple of nights at a very relaxed, resort. It's still, you could use your DVC points, and you could still get that beach vacation without, sacrificing. So yeah, I love this resort. I think it's definitely does not have the Disney feel that I think. Like there's no characters.
Yeah.
The artwork is not Disney characters. They do have a little bit of...
It is funny that you say that because right behind you is Finding Nemo artwork, but we are in the room. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There's, there is some Peter Pan art, so there's a little bit. There's definitely hidden Mickeys
sprinkled
around the property.
Yeah.
So it's kind of sprinkled, exactly, but it's not the... huge theme Disney at some of the other properties, that we've been to.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's definitely, and they were built around the same time because this is only the second DVC resort and Old Key West is the first. So these rooms are, we did 2 rooms kind of lock off together. So we had the studio and then a 1-bedroom. The 1-bedroom is really big, exact same layout that we had in Old Key West. And Old Key West was like, probably one of my favorites, only because while we were there, I was like, you wouldn't even know that we were at Disney right now. Like it's a very chill, you can go to the clubhouse if you want, or just chill in basically your 1-bedroom house if you wanted to. And then we get here and I'm like, oh my God, like you can, now you really barely tell that you're at Disney at all because you got the beach right there. And I feel like also the Disney feel really is different with the guests too, because we're not rushing like, oh my God, okay, we have to go to the character breakfast, and then we have to go over here, and then we have to go into the parks. So hurry up, eat, shut up, we gotta go. You know, like that. Everybody here is just kind of like, want to do mini golf? And then maybe just like fall asleep in the pool for a bit, you know?
Yeah, it's not as
relaxed.
crowded too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
really
as
nice.
crowded, and there's no fireworks. I mean, that would be a cool touch. Hint, hint. If DVC's listening,
Well,
that would be a really. If we could
do
have
the
fireworks
turtle
on the
nest,
beach.
though.
Ah, yeah.
So
That's true. So currently it is sea turtle nesting season. So literally right now on the beach, I saw at least a dozen mounds.
Oh yeah, there's a lot out there.
Yeah. So at 7:00 in the morning, this particular resort, they're really big on the sea turtle conservation. And that's the reason that they have the mangroves all along the beach to stop the erosion. And so the sea turtles, when they're hatched, they're attracted to the light. So they don't want the sea turtles to come to the resort.
Pool.
Oh, there's a pool. Let me go swimming.
Yeah.
So they want them to obviously go to the ocean. So in the morning, the conservationist employees, they go down there and they check all the mounds. They are kind of, it's not roped off, but it's like
caution.
string.
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah, that orange tape. They do have them marked, so you don't step on the sea turtle nests because they are buried. But it's very cool. And in the month of July, when they hatch,
yeah, they have the turtle week.
Turtle week.
Turtle week. It is early. Yeah,
yeah, it is early in the morning.
Yeah.
Yes, we watch the sunrise.
Yeah,
yeah. So Turtle Week, huge week here. I know that sells out super fast
Oh,
at that
yeah.
11-month window. So you can literally go to the beach and watch the hatchlings, and obviously you can't touch them, but you can see that firsthand, and that is a really, really epic thing to see because I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on how many eggs are in a nest, but
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it's like 100. I don't know exactly
yeah.
how many, but it's a lot.
Still,
a lot of
I mean,
turtles.
a lot for seeing turtles.
It's
Yeah.
super cute, super cute. So
Well, and yeah, like the turtle conservation is huge here. There's like turtle art all over inside of the rooms, and then also that. And you said it was hand painted over behind the check-in desk. So
Yes.
it's like big turtles over there, and it was just really, really pretty. And you can definitely tell that there's like turtle. The theme is turtle. The turtle
It's
here.
a turtle theme.
Yeah. And there is like a little bit of Mickey theming too, like Disney theming. So the pool is shaped like Mickey, which I guess there's only 3 resorts with a Mickey shaped pool. We didn't really realize it until we went all the way up the stairs to the big water slide. And then we were like, oh my God. Like that's when I was like, oh, look at that. Like,
the
that's
water
Mickey Mouse.
slide is excellent. It's one of the
really
best.
fun.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it's the best, but I had such a good time on the slide yesterday.
I know. It was so fun. It was also like pretty long. Like I was like, oh, this is the last turn. I was like, no, it's not. Like we're still going. Yeah.
It was pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
The
was
pool
fun.
was perfect. And there were a lot of people in the pool, but like I said, like everybody was really, really chill. Cause sometimes at the park resorts, I feel like everybody is just like amped. Like even if you're having a resort day, everybody's just kind of like, ugh. So even if it's like the kids playing around or like whatever's going on, like the pool can get kind of hectic. Not like crazy, but yesterday it was just like you literally, if not for the music, it was pretty much silent. Like it was, everybody was very calm, and it was super relaxing.
Yeah.
So,
And right next to the pool, they have a billiard table, and then on the other side, they have free putt-putt, which is really cool.
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at this resort, they do give some other stuff for free at night. I don't know if they do it 7 nights a week, but I know they have the campfire with the s'mores. And most of the DVC properties, you have to buy the s'mores kits. They give you
it's
marshmallows.
like a few bucks, like $8 or $10. Yeah.
Yeah, but here they literally give you a free s'mores kit. So
Like
that's
here.
kind of a perk. I like that.
Yeah, and I love Disney s'mores because we did that again at Old Key West. I think was the only other time that we had time to do s'mores, and so we went over there, and it was so fun. So yeah, there are definitely a lot of activities. We saw they were doing like a painting class, like an art class yesterday, and we like walked up, and there were a few people like painting all like the same beach mural, and it was so cool.
Yeah, kind of like painting with the twist, where you have like an instructor that
minus the twist.
Yeah, minus the twist. Well, I don't know. You could probably take a twist in there with you.
Yeah.
But they were like doing an instruction on how to paint the, canvas or whatever. We didn't see the end result, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah.
And then we went into the gym. The gym was nice. Like I was actually thinking, I was like, okay, like I got to keep like my workout goal, hitting that every day. So when we first got here and we were walking around, I'm like, okay, I might have to come back to the treadmill or whatever. I did not have to. We had like such a large, oh my God. Yeah. Well, and then we walked over to the other side. So initially we were going to have like burgers on the beach and stuff. So you brought all that. And then you asked, who did you ask?
Well, first I asked the girl, so Wind and Waves, which is the one restaurant that they have on the property, it has kind of like 3 sections. It's like the regular sit-down restaurant, and then they have the outdoor marketplace. It's indoors, but that's where it's kind of like you
Grab
just
and go.
Yeah, you just kind of go through, and they do have hot and cold food in there. And of course, they have drinks, and they have like some really, really pretty merchandise.
Oh, yeah.
That I loved. And then they also have the Wind and Waves little bar by the pool.
Kind of like Olivia's. So you have like Olivia's where you can go in and sit down, brunch, lunch, dinner. And then you've got like the Gurgling Suitcase, which is technically different, but is attached to Olivia's. So they have an outdoor bar, but if you can order food there, but it's just from Olivia's. And then, they have that little grab and go marketplace over there too. So it's like kind of similar. But,
so that's here. So initially I asked one of the cast members that was inside the Wind and Waves marketplace, and she said, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. What?
And I was like, okay. And obviously we brought burgers and sides and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I know there's grills here. So then we asked another cast member, and he told us, which I didn't even know about this, there is another side to Vero Beach. It's Disney property, and there's an underground tunnel, and it was all decorated with Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, yeah.
So they were like, oh, go through the Peter Pan tunnel. And I was like, what? There's a Peter Pan tunnel?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I don't care what's on the other side. We're going through that tunnel.
Yeah, so they built a tunnel underneath the road. That way you don't have to cross the main street for safety.
Yeah.
So you go under there, which I thought was really cool. And so across the street is Vero Beach's property. They had basketball, tennis.
The archery was over there. We didn't get to do that because you said it's only on Wednesday, or it's only on specific days.
Yeah, it wasn't on Friday yesterday.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to do that.
And then there's walking trails, and then there's a little lakeside kind of tiki style pavilion, which you could tell is where they probably do, like if people come for school trips or something, you could tell they like line up the class and they might do a presentation or something. Or there's a bar out there, maybe do like a couple weddings out there. So
birthday parties.
We grabbed a cooler and all the stuff, and we went through the Peter Pan tunnel, played some tennis, and it was ungodly hot. It was so hot. There was not a cloud in the sky. And when we were over here next to the water, we're like, it's beautiful. The weather's perfect. You couldn't ask for anything different. We get over there and we're all like,
there was no breeze over there.
Oh my God. Yeah, we're like, oh, this is tough. It's like, I don't know if we're gonna last. And like I've got a bum knee at the moment. So we get over there. Poor Debbie's cooking by fire during this heat, but we did cook up the burgers and they were so good.
Yeah. So funny story. So I did not think at all that it would be a charcoal grill. I thought, it's going to be propane because
sure. Why wouldn't it be?
All grills are, right?
Yeah.
So we had all the food, a cooler. We carried everything over there. And then it was like, oh, this is a charcoal grill. We don't have any charcoal. So another cast member said they sell it at the market. So we went over to, I ran back over here to get the charcoal, and she's like, no, we don't sell that. I was like, uh-oh. And she's like, oh, well, there's a store right down the street. And I'm like, yeah, that's a hard no. I'm not going to a store.
Doing that. Yeah.
So then I went to the front desk, and I was just like, hey, what do I do? The grill is charcoal. And she was like, well, let me just check. And I swear to goodness, she went in the back and she came out with a little mini bag of Match Light. Yeah. And she's like, we are not supplying this. This is not ours. A guest left it. It's just a total coincidence that this just happened to be here and you just picked the right day, I guess.
Yeah.
So she gave me that. And then I was like, do you have a lighter?
Yeah.
Because I didn't even have that. So they did have a box of matches. So it worked out perfect. So we were able to do our cheeseburger barbecue. And
yeah. It was so good. Yeah. Had some mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we were over there, but I will say, it was really fun over there. They also had like a soccer field and volleyball courts. Like it definitely.
Oh, they had the sand volleyball.
Yeah. So it was definitely felt like everything over there felt like when I used to go like in middle school, we would go on like big, like week-long trips. And the resort always had like groups. I was like, this feels like it's like made for like a large group of people. But one thing I will say that I wasn't, and maybe we just missed it, I didn't see any water fountains. And that was really rough because we had like 1 or 2 bottles of water and that was gone really fast. And I was thinking for sure there's going to be water fountains because over here there's water fountains everywhere. And they even have like, which I love, the refill your water bottle things where you can just set the water bottle there and it'll just fill it up for you. And so I was like, they have to have like at least one over here. And I didn't see any. So I don't. Like, they had little porta potties, so I don't think they had much running water at all over there, besides that giant fountain in the little retention pond. But so that
you
was
weren't allowed
tough.
to go near.
Yeah, we were getting really dehydrated. And then, funny enough, I actually locked my car keys in the trunk of my car. So I was like, okay, well, we just got here, so I'm not going to call AAA right now. We're going to go across the way, whatever. So we get over there. I'm like, well, usually AAA takes a couple of hours. So I sent in a AAA thing while we were eating our burgers and then got a call, like 10 minutes later. And the guy was like, I'm going to be there in 10 minutes. Don't worry. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm not even near my car.
we called the front desk and I was like, hi, we're way over here. My leg is sort of injured. And I was like, not from anything that happened over here. Like, I just have a bad leg. And I don't think we can lug all of this stuff back over to the resort through the tunnel, blah, blah, blah. And they said, absolutely no problem. And they came over in like, what was it? A Pargo? Is that what they called
Pargo.
Pargo.
Which we've decided, we don't know if this is a fact.
Yeah.
Pedestrian cargo.
Yeah.
Cargo.
Yeah.
That's what it stands for.
Headcanon. But like, so she was over there just in a few minutes. And so we all like packed on there. It was like a 6 or 8 person, a 6-person like golf cart. And so we stacked everything up and then she zoomed us right back over and I got my car keys. Yeah. But so that was really nice to not have to like walk all the way back. And I think I was super, super dehydrated. I don't know if I would have been able to carry everything. Yeah, I'm good now. Because like we were feeling not great. And then we get back over. The first thing we did was go straight to the pool.
Straight to the pool.
And
hydrate.
Amazing. It was, love the pool.
Yeah, that was so refreshing because, you know, we had our full bellies. We
had we
did have mimosas over there. Yeah. But obviously you can't chug, and chug that.
Doesn't really help dehydration.
Yeah, right? It's like, let's dehydrate more.
Yeah.
So by the time we got back to the pool and, did the slide and got to just kind of freshen back up.
Relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went to at this resort in the green cabin room, which is a fantastic little bar.
So fun. I think it's probably one of my favorite, like, chill bars, like little lounges in any of the resorts, because you had no problem. Again, what I love about this resort, you have no problem just walking into a space and finding a seat. And we were a group of 4 and then a group of 5, which normally, I mean, if you're going into like Trader Sam's, it's like, okay, we'll give you a text in 3 hours. You're like, all right, whatever.
Right.
Or like going into anywhere, it's always a wait, or you have to kind of like strategize and find a place. Maybe you could put these two together. But anywhere here, we're like, oh, right there.
Plenty of space.
Pool chair right there. Like it
and
was
a great view because you can see over the mangroves. You could see the ocean. It was so pretty.
So nice.
So they had yesterday, so I misunderstood the sign.
Yeah.
It said like a mixology class and it said bourbon, tequila, rum,
vodka,
and wine.
Oh, wine.
So I thought, oh, okay, so we're going to have all these different varieties and that's going to be awesome. So we all signed up for it and it was bourbon day. I don't drink bourbon.
Yeah. We realized it was Bourbon Day while we were waiting, like as they were opening the door to let us in. Like I think Maddie got the piece of paper and she was like, "Oh no." We're like, "What?" She's like, "It's Bourbon Day." We're like,
None of us drink bourbon.
so that was tough. We still went and it was really fun. They had like really good like little lunch snacks, like a turkey sandwich and like pimento cheese.
It was delicious.
On a pretzel bun, and then like really, really good, like I don't know if they were fresh chips, but they were really good.
They were good.
But the bartenders were great. They knew a lot about bourbon. I didn't know there was that much to know.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun facts, very educational, talking about different types of bourbon and how they're all mixed. I just wish it was literally any other alcohol. Anything. Even tequila, and I'm not a big tequila fan. I would have, that would have
But
been.
they were very thorough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they talked about the history of it. We got to make the smoked, what is it called with the big ice?
Smoked old fashioned.
An old fashioned, yeah. And then it was funny at the very end, they give you, it's like a flight, and it was chocolate liqueur, and then another chocolate. It almost looked like chocolate milk, but I know it wasn't chocolate milk.
Well, there was chocolate milk.
Oh, there was at the
chocolate
end?
milk, and then like it looked like a really dark. So chocolate milk, chocolate liqueur, another lighter liquor that I think was also like chocolate flavored.
Yes.
And then bourbon.
And so
Yeah, you were really smart about
set
that.
the bourbon aside, and I mixed all the chocolate liqueurs, and that's what I drank, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
And they gave us chocolate straws.
Yeah, and they could tell, like we were joking around with them and everything. They could tell that we were not bourbon fans. And I think another lady, like I heard her in the room, she was, because Kaity, the bartender, was like, "I know it feels like we're throwing a lot of bourbon at you," and our table was like, yeah. But then the other lady, like another like guest, was like, "Well, yeah, it's a bourbon tasting." I'm like, "Okay, well, we didn't know, and maybe we missed the 9 signs that said that it was Bourbon Day, but we didn't see." Yeah. So, but they were really nice. They could tell that we weren't feeling the bourbon. We were trying it, but then they were like, "Can we make you anything else?"
Yeah,
and they made
really
like a rum
sweet.
drink, and that was really nice. It was fun. It was interesting. It
was super cool. We're not, big bourbon people, but that's okay. I'm glad we did it.
The chocolate drink was cool.
The chocolate was delicious.
Yeah.
I was like, chocolate alcohol.
But probably, so they give you like 2 little scotches. So you come in, and actually the first drink, you didn't like the first drink, but I thought it was okay. It was a New York sour. So it was like, I don't know, a bourbon and then sour. And then I think it had like a Cabernet floater.
Oh,
and so I mixed it up, tasted it. I was like, that's not that bad. Maybe this will be good.
It was
like, this whole
pretty.
tasting will be good.
Yeah.
And then they come out with just like 2, like not even nowhere near close to like shots. It was a shot glass, but it was like this much, like a little skosh. And they were like, "Okay, try this one." And then I saw your face, like you tried it and you looked like it was, I'm going to overlay it on this, but it looked like you were like, it was the worst thing. And I was like, "Oh God, that's hilarious. It can't be that bad." And then I tried it and I was like, "I'm done." Yeah. I think if I have any more, my stomach is going to reject
It did not
everything.
taste like beer at all.
Yeah. It did not taste like a Michelob Ultra from the bottle at all. Yeah.
Not my favorite, but that's okay. I mean, it was a cool experience,
But all of the activities were so fun. And I think we did a lot yesterday, but also yesterday was the first time where we ever took some time to just like, even if I think it was like 20 or 30 minutes, like not a long time, but just to relax by the pool. Cause we're usually just like, we have to do everything. We have to talk about everything. We have to see everything. And last time we were just like, we didn't get to do everything this time, but I think that's okay. Cause we were here for, one full day, and I feel like we still did a lot, but the activities were fun. Obviously, every cast member was great. There's rentals, like you can rent stuff over at the beach. We didn't really get a chance to do that this time because it was so windy.
it was really windy.
Super windy. So I don't think, even if like during the day when it wasn't that windy, it was like still pretty windy. Like you wouldn't have been able to like put a kayak, or, I mean, if you knew how to surf, I guess you could have surfed, but
Yeah. So they do at the ebb Ebb and Flows?
Ebb and Flows, yeah.
Yeah, so at Ebb and Flows, they actually will give you free, I mean, you don't get to keep it, but they have free boogie boards, the little
boogie
body
boards,
boards.
yeah.
They have those. And then on the beach, they have the hut that they rent. They said they rent surfboards. They rent kayaks, which I love kayaks. They rent
Paddleboards.
paddleboards. I think that's it.
Yeah.
And of course the chairs,
Probably chairs
and umbrellas.
and all that, yeah.
Yeah, there are some chairs down there that are like a first come, first serve basis, but I'm pretty sure those probably fill up.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can rent chairs after a certain time if, they're all taken.
And it was kind of funny because yesterday we were like, oh, we're out here. And we literally did not go out to even look at the beach until maybe like 3 or 4 o'clock. Like it was like later. I'm like, oh yeah, let's check out the beach. Because I don't know, usually like to me, the beach can be kind of a project. Like, okay, if we're going to go there and we're going to relax and we have to bring like the chairs, the towels, we have to bring a cooler, we have to bring a thing, we have to bring this, we have to bring that. So this time I was like, I don't want to do all that. Let's just go to the pool. But here you can actually order stuff from the pool bar. You can order it on your phone. They have a little QR code you can scan. And I think you can just order it from your phone and they'll bring it out to you.
Yeah,
so
that's what I
really
had.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't really have
You
to
don't have to
worry
lug a
about...
cooler. And if you do
you
get
could,
thirsty.
yeah,
like if
but-
your kids are building a sandcastle or they're playing in the water, and instead of saying, all right, everyone stop, let's
Go
take
in
all of our
there.
stuff up,
Yeah.
let's get refreshments or snacks or whatever, lunch. Instead, you could just, sit right there, let everyone keep having a good time, and
Yeah.
they'll just bring it right out to you, which is really nice.
And I think that also helped kind of alleviate the resort too, because you had some people that spent all day at the beach and then some people that were chilling by the pool and walking around the resort. So I think that also helped. You know how like at Walt Disney World Resort, you've got like the parks will kind of cut down on resort guests, like because, we're going there. But this time it's like the beach was the main attraction for some. But yeah, we didn't do the spa either. There is a full spa, so you can do full spa treatment. We didn't really do any of that. We're not really, I mean, I like spas and massages and stuff, but we're here to like get
Enjoy.
activities done. Yeah.
But the resort itself is so relaxing. Like I
Yeah,
could
oh my God,
understand
yeah.
like sometimes when you're on vacation, you're like, I just want a massage. I need to
Yeah.
like unplug and I need to de-stress. And I don't know, a walk on the beach seems to work for me.
Yeah,
It's
the
like you could just
salt.
walk on the beach and it's just like, oh.
Yeah. So let's talk rooms. So this time we usually, and we mention it in like most of the tours that we do, it's like, oh, this random door here is just a lock off that goes into an adjoining room if you ever did that. Well, we finally did that. So we have, we're in the 1 bedroom now. So this is the living room of the 1 bedroom. Pretty big, pretty spacious. Pretty much exactly the same like structural layout as the 1 bedrooms at Old Key West. And then right next door, like our lock-off, I almost said suite, but our lock-off room is just a studio. So normal, well, it's not like a normal hotel room because you have the little kitchenette, you have all the stuff. But so we have basically a 2-bedroom house that we're working with right now.
Yeah. This is the 2 bedrooms. So it's a studio and a 1 bedroom lock off. So it has the adjoining door and it sleeps 9.
Yeah.
Like the 2 together because
Yeah.
I love
2.
these Murphy beds.
Yeah.
I want one so bad for my spare bedroom. I don't have one yet, but it's my dream to get one. But this comes down, it sleeps 2. That chair sleeps 1. There's a Murphy bed in the studio that sleeps 2. Plus you've got, the king size beds. And that's a lot of space. A lot
and
of
the
space.
bathroom in here is huge. The bathroom in the 1 bedroom is huge. It's literally 2 separate rooms. So you have like a room if mom or any of the parents want to just take a relaxing bath. Yeah. There's a door that goes into there that's just the bathtub. You can relax. I think there's a vanity in there. And then you have the other section of the bathroom, which has its own separate door if you need, that has like as Debbie would call it, the water closet and the shower. So you could literally have like,
another vanity. Yeah.
Mom's going to soak in the bath. You guys shower off and we'll go to dinner later. Like just don't bother me. I'm in this giant tub.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing. So I thought the bathroom is The bathroom is the size of some hotel rooms that I have stayed in.
Yeah,
it is big.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Murphy bed, really, I slept on this Murphy bed last night. Pretty comfortable. Like, didn't really have many complaints on that one.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Super spacious, obviously full kitchen, like full everything. Really big balcony out there.
Yes.
Surprised
and
by
the
how big
studio
it
has
was.
a private balcony too.
Yeah.
So this room, and if you can watch the room tour and see what we're talking about, but this particular room is on the first floor. But if we were on the second or third, I don't know about the second, but if you're on the third floor, 100% you'd be able to see the ocean from this building.
Yeah, we're mostly mangroves here. Like you can see out the window. But yeah, we were kind of bummed when we saw that we were first floor. We were like, oh. But I really like it because the pool is right there. Like because at first we went around the long way to get here. I don't know why, but we just like went out the lobby, but walked down the middle of the road and then came this way. And we're like, oh, we are kind of far. And then, but then we go out the normal way and we're like, oh my God, the pool's right here. So it's really nice. I like being on the first floor. I mean, seeing the ocean would be nice, but realistically, like, I guess it would have been nice to be able to just go out on the balcony and watch the sunrise, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
that
would be
would have
nice.
been cool.
But yeah, we didn't really have much of an idea at all about where our room was going to be. Definitely closer to the lobby than our Key West room was. Our Key West room was like a 3-minute drive away. So
yeah, that's a much bigger property.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh yeah.
This particular layout is the lobby, the pool, the restaurant, the community hall, everything's in the center of the resort, and the property goes north and south. So,
And that's it. Yeah.
that's it. Like it's not as big, but it's big enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't think there's like a huge flood of people that are coming to come here. I mean, it was booked up. We tried to get a second night and they were like, no dice. No, we are booked up.
We wanted to stay again tonight, but it was sold out. But they do have, obviously, like this is the 2-bedroom, but they also have cabins on the beach side.
The
And I think
cabins look
there's
really cool.
7 total. And they're upside down floor plan. So the bedrooms are upstairs. They're not literally upside down.
She's told me. We first got here. She's like, yeah, and they have cabins over there and they're upside down. And I said, shut up. We have to get a picture of that. And then she started explaining what that meant. And I was like, oh my God, Katie, you're so stupid. Like, they're not
upside down floor
upside
plan.
down. Yeah.
So the kitchen, the bedrooms are downstairs and the kitchen and the living room is upstairs. So assuming, when they designed that you would be in your bed at night, so you wouldn't be able to see the beach anyway. And then during the day, when you're in your living room and your kitchen, you'd be able to see the beach. So, but they have a balcony right outside on the second floor that I'm sure has a fantastic view.
Yeah, and we checked, and as of right now, which might change, I don't know, but the cabins are 60 points a night, and they sleep 12. 12 adults and 1 infant was, I think, what it said when I was reading it. An infant up to 3 years old, I guess.
So where do you put the infant? Like a drawer?
I don't know. Yeah. It's like okay. Yeah, I guess.
It's like we have a baby Murphy bed.
Infant there. Yeah. Just like pops out. It's crazy.
We're going to have to investigate and see what that means.
Or if that's just like you're allowed like max 12 people, but if you bring one baby who's in its own pack and play that you brought yourself, fine. Or like maybe
that's
like
probably
just like because like some people might come and be like, oh, let me get a 1-bedroom and yeah, we have 12 people. They'd be like, that
doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think for fire code, you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't like stack them up to the ceiling.
I think for fire safety, so everybody has to be able to get out.
But I think, and I'm going off the top of my head from when we looked at like 11 o'clock last night, but it was 60 points for the cabin. And then the 1-bedroom, I want to say it was like 20, I think 20 or 30. Yeah, not a whole lot.
Right.
And then the studio was obviously a little bit less than that. But I was kind of surprised.
And that's for the month of May.
Because the cabin sleeps 12. And for reference, the super awesome bungalows, which we get it, location. It's Polynesian, Magic Kingdom's right there. You get your own little custom hot tub and all that. but that was what, like 126 points?
Yeah, that was a lot of points.
So that, in my mind, just from being relatively new, like within the last 10 months being around the DVC stuff, once you told me this is the most that we've ever spent on a room for a night and it was 120, that has been my like, okay, that's the mostest. And then everything else, how does it compare to the mostest? And that's how I've been able to understand. Because when we first went to Saratoga Springs, you were like, oh yeah, it was like 40 or 50. And I'm like, I have no reference
what does
to
that
know
mean?
if that's a lot. Like you could have told me it was like six seashells. And I would have been like, okay, yeah, sure. That sounds fair. I don't know. Yeah.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that means.
No idea. Yeah. But I still, I think that Old Key West was a little bit more than this one. I think.
I didn't get to go on that one.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly how many points it was, but it was a little bit more, which again makes sense. You're on Disney World property, but, or I guess this is technically Disney property too, but you know what I mean? Theme parks. But I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot. I think my favorite room layout that we've been in so far was Old Key West, and this is the room layout of Old Key West. So growing up, we would go on trips with my mom and my aunt, and we would stay in like little condos right on the beach. So when we went into Old Key West, I was like, oh my God, this is just like that. And then now we're literally on the beach in a condo.
So this is
I was
like
this
real
is so fun.
flashback.
Yeah. Yeah.
This reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Maybe that's what they were going for. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really updated. You know, it opened in 95, but there's I don't know how recently it was renovated, but it's all in modern, brand new looking appliances. You could tell the backsplash was redone in the kitchen. The bathrooms are really pretty. All of the colors are really, really
definitely
nice.
been refurbished. And I love the colors. It's very beachy. You know, I love the shaker cabinets. I mean, it's like really pretty. I mean, I think it's really pretty.
I think, and it could be that they were renovated around the same time, but to me, it looks like the furniture could be newer in here than, you know, because we're kind of comparing to the most like related one, which is Old Key West over in Orlando. But the furniture looks newer here than it did at Old Key West. And I don't know if either that's like a styling choice or if it actually is newer, or maybe it just doesn't get as much mileage here as it does, you know, in Orlando where people are just like in it. So, but the furniture looks newer style and like newer actually, like doesn't look as like beat up. Well, it never looks beat up at Disney Resort, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I really, really liked the whole room. And to be fair, initially I was like, why? What are we going to do here? Like, why would we go? I don't understand. But I get it. I get it now. I've been converted. I really, really like it.
We've won her over at Vero.
If anybody really minds.
Well, next month we're going to Riviera.
Yeah.
Which is, it was their brand new property. Now it's not their brand new property because the California
newest?
Tower is the brand new.
California. Oh, okay.
Right.
But it's the newest in Florida.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we'll be able to.
And I've never been there. I've never even been there for like, just to like walk in and visit and see. I've never been there at all. So I have no idea what it's going to look like.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm
so
going to be awesome. It's based on, like, this resort was based on, like, that throwback Florida vibe.
Yeah.
And Riviera the theme is the French Riviera.
Yeah. Bienvenue.
So we will be there. So if you want to, like, comment and have any questions about Riviera, let us know.
Yeah, if you have anything that you want to know, or if there's something that you want us to check out, be like, oh my gosh, I love such and such. You guys have to go and let me know what you think.
Or I heard about this.
Yeah,
is it true or not?
Yeah, is it true that whatever? Or what, you know, we'll obviously tell you what size room we're in and like how. And actually, we're not going to be filming in the Riviera room because usually when we're at the Orlando resorts, there's just so much going on and so much to do that we don't really have time to record the episodes. This is our second episode that we've recorded here in Vero. But I think what we're going to do next time is record it in our new podcast studio space that we're super excited about.
That's right.
So, comment, or you can just, if you don't want to like publicly comment, you know, whatever, just email Debbie@vacationclubloans.com, whatever your question is, or pointers or tips or something that we have to try. Because I'm always down. We always get like in passing, people are like, "Oh, have you ever been to such and such?" Like, no, I didn't even know that existed.
Right.
You should totally go. Like, okay, yeah, for sure, we'll
What's
do
the
that.
secret tip?
Yeah. Yeah, like Yak
Give us,
and Yeti.
spill the tea.
Yeah. Spill, girl. Yeah. So, yeah, if you have anything that you want to ask, just comment or send us an email, and then we'll talk about it after our Riviera visit. So we'll be recording our next episode the day after we visit Riviera. So we'll be able to see all your questions and then go over there. So that'll be really fun. Also, it is the first day of June. And Debbie, you are very prided out. I love it.
I do have my pride dress. Yep. So Denise's sister Karen, she passed away recently, so I wanted to wear this for her because I thought it was beautiful, and she gave it to me. So I got my pride colors on today for June.
Love it. And we did go through the gift shop there, and I will say here, okay, we have been all gushy about everything here at the resort, but I will add that I was really pumped for the exclusive like Vero merch, because I love anything that's just, whenever we go to a resort I've never been to, I always get something, you know, like sometimes like Maddie and Lauren, they always get a pin, or I'll usually get like a jacket or sweater or something. And so I was really excited about this because like most of the people I know have no idea that this even exists. So they'll be like, "What's that?" I'd be like, "Oh, you know, so you probably didn't know that there was like a Disney resort in Vero Beach." I know. But so we went in, and I was kind of bummed with the merch selection. It was mostly, so I was thinking like Old Key West, again, just my comparisons. There was a ton of Old Key West merch. Like they had like the little oranges, they had little backpacks and all that stuff. And so I got a hoodie from there, love it, wear it all the time. But there wasn't a whole lot of Vero Beach specific merch. Like they had a kid's shirt and then like a woman's cut shirt, which I don't usually wear women's cut shirt, like t-shirts. And then they had a lot of polos, like golf
that
polos.
said Vero Beach.
Yeah, that's it. And so they were cool. They were cute, but I was like, I'm not gonna wear a polo.
That's
like,
how I feel about Grand Floridian.
It was very
like,
dad polo. Yeah, Grand Floridian too. I'm
They
like,
could have a
want to
lot
get
more
something.
Grand Floridian merchandise.
Yeah.
Like every time I go there.
Just
So
want something cozy.
my business partner, Bert, he loves the Grand Floridian. That is his absolute favorite, and he loves golf. So every time I go there, I try to get him a golf shirt, and they never have a medium. It's always extra large or extra large. They always seem to be out of, regular sizes.
I think one thing with Grand Floridian, they had a huge selection of like the GF merch, because I think it was crazy, like how much like merch they had. But it was all like that. Like, oh, do I want a backpack? No, I'm not really feeling a backpack, and I don't really want a set of golf balls, and no, I don't want a men's polo, like sports polo, and not really that. And so it's kind of like, I don't know. I would just want like a cheesy theme park sweater, and that's not what I was getting. And so it's kind of, but there was like a whole new set of like, it's probably not new. I mean, we haven't been to a resort in a month, but a whole new set of just vacation club merch. So it was mostly generic, not generic, but yeah, I'm a vacation club member and it's got all the DVC resorts on there. And it was a lot of that here. And then there were like a handful, like a Tervis cup with Vero Beach on it. So
yeah,
that was one thing that kind of bummed me out. And I tried to find something. I think I went into the gift shop like 4 times. Yeah. I was like, I'm going to do another
going
lap.
Back. Did I miss?
I'm going to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah. Okay, no, I didn't miss anything. Dang it. And I'm like, oh, that's
the
kind of
colors
cool.
were pretty though. I love that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I love the
It was
green.
kind of like a baby teal.
Yeah.
It was like a soft teal. It was really pretty.
I really like the colors of the vacation club stuff now, and maybe it's like the spring/summer. I like that more than like it wasn't like navy or super royal. It was kind of navy, I guess. Like the navy blue vacation club member stuff that was like cycling before. Where it was like a blue and like a darker blue and a lighter blue. So I really liked that color. Like I almost got stuff, and I'm like, well, I'll see what's at like Riviera, because they'll probably have more of that same merch. It's like, so I'm not gonna get anything yet, because I do have some of the vacation club stuff. But yeah, I just wish there was more Vero things, and they could be in between seasons.
I think at Riviera,
merch.
the like the market store is a lot bigger.
Oh yeah,
here's a little
Grand
smaller.
Floridian. There were like 2 or 3 stores in there. There's like a lot going on. But yeah, this was just like one little. It was kind of the size, maybe a little bit smaller than the size of the gift shop at Kidani Village specifically at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So it was like kind of small, and then you can just run in, like grab a yogurt and go home or like whatever. So, but yeah, I really like the resort, and I'm really excited for Riviera. So that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
But and dinner was great. We didn't really talk about the food, but dinner was really good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And we
went
all
to
tried
the
something
Wind
different.
Winds and Waves. Yeah. We got the vegan nachos, which were really,
Those were really good.
I'll say the highlight for me, well, obviously, like my filet was delicious, super good.
I had
But
crab cakes.
The highlight for me was the bread, because she brought a basket of bread, and I saw rolls going around in the dining room, and I was like, I'm really excited about that. But then she put the basket down, and they had cornbread in there, and I was like, oh my God. And I probably had...
And wasn't it sweet butter?
Yeah,
like a
and it was like a
sweet
sweet
butter.
salted butter. Yeah, and I probably had 4 or 5 of those little cornbreads. And they're like, Katie, do you want a roll?
They were
I'm like,
very small.
I'm like, no. And like, do you want any more of the nachos? I'm like, I am good. I have cornbread. I'm fine. Yeah, it was so good. And then, yeah, I had like steak and mashed potatoes. You had a Mickey-shaped crab cake,
Yeah,
which was
that was
super
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
Everybody got something different.
Yeah,
the
which is
fish
really
was
cool.
excellent.
Oh,
Mahi
okay,
mahi
yeah,
was
the
excellent.
mahi Oscar.
Yep.
Yeah, so really good. And then somebody got a pizza, and somebody else got a chicken
that's
salad.
right.
So yeah, we had a really good spread, and the food was very, very good. I like the food at Olivia's at Old Key West is super good, obviously. But I really liked the setting in Winds and Waves a little bit more than the setting in Olivia's. Olivia's was more laid back, casual, and inside it's Wind and Waves, right?
Wind and waves.
Yeah. So inside the dining room in there was a little bit, not like super upscale, not like Narcoossee's or anything, but it was a little bit elevated,
Right.
Because they had that and the outside bar. So like inside, and it was really cool. The theming inside was really cool. It was very nautical, and there was cool stuff in there. Also the theming in the green
Green cabin room.
the theming in there is really, really cool.
Really cool. And they had all kinds of games you could play.
And it was like explorers and pirates, and they had like little like, oh, here's a sextant from the 1800s, and you're like, oh, that's awesome, so it was all really cool stuff. So even though it's not ultra themed out resort like Poly or something like that, it was really, really cool, the little touches of everything. So that was cool. They had a cannon in the lobby too. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, and they had the cannon in the putt-putt.
Oh my gosh. Okay, if you ever
That
do
was funny.
putt-putt, so fun. Obviously free. You just go and get like your ball in the club. But there's a hole. Was it
Number
it's
7, I
7?
think.
Yeah,
we
6
were
or
stuck
7.
on that for like ever.
I wasn't. I got it in 2 holes. Yeah, in 2 hits.
So this particular hole at the putt-putt course, there's a cannon that you could, putt your ball through to the hole.
Holes on the other side. Yeah.
Or you could go around it. So, of course, I had to go through it because that looked more hard. And I was like, okay. And every time, I was literally, it's not a tiny little hole. It's like a big cannon hole. And every time I hit the ball, it would hit the edge. Bam, and come back. Bam, come back. So finally, I get it in there on like try 5.
Yeah.
And then everyone behind me did the exact same thing. So
Everyone. I made it in on the first try.
I felt like, I was like, okay, it's not
Vindicated.
just me.
Yeah.
I think it was the grass. I think it was the course. It was the course. It was curved to hit the cannon. Whatever.
No,
I
made it straight through first time.
Yeah, because you saw all
I
of
did
us
go last.
what we did wrong, and
I
you're
was
like
looking at what everybody else was doing, and I was like,
yeah, that's totally wrong.
Yeah,
I'm going to
that's
aim for the
not-
left side, and it'll go in the middle.
It was super fun. There was nobody doing putt-putt when we signed up. So we're like, okay, perfect. And then we sign up and we start and we're taking our time, like whatever, we're on vacation. And we turn around and there's like 2 families and it's packed behind us. And we were like, oh,
We need to.
oh dear. We're like, okay, well now we're like feeling the pressure. And obviously like if they were like, it's totally fine. Like take your time. And then every time we saw how like we would really struggle with a hole and we're like, okay, good. Like they'll be over there. They're not going to catch up to us. We would blink and they would be done. And we're like,
I think they were professional
Tiger
putters.
Woods? Yeah. Like what is going on here? Yeah. So, but it was really, really fun. Almost all of the activities are free, except for I don't know if the painting class was free.
I don't know. I don't know if that was free or
and
not.
then obviously the like cocktail class was not. But I will say, just because we didn't like bourbon, but they were giving you full size cocktails. Like they gave you if you like bourbon or any type of liquor, just check the day. They made 2 or 3 craft cocktails,
Right.
full size, and if you still
Plus
wanted
you
to
got
drink
to
them all,
sip.
you could keep them on there. They gave you food, and then you got to make your own little cocktail at the end. So you got like 4 drinks, free food. Well, 4 drinks, you got food, and then like 2
then
half
remember,
shots of liquor.
She
So-
said if you do 3 classes, you get a free glass.
"Oh yeah, a glass that's like it's like
That was pretty cool. That was a nice
Yeah.
class. That one couple,
was really nice.
they got free glasses, and I don't know if it said Disney Vacation Club or if it said
I think it
Disney
said
Vero Beach.
Vacation Club, and then on the other side it said Vero Beach.
Oh,
but it was
cool.
like a big like whiskey glass. It was, and she said you cannot buy these. Like you just
Yeah,
can't.
they're not
like
for
you
sale
have
at
to.
all.
You come to the class like at least 3. So I think they were here for a few days. So they were having like a beach vacation.
Yeah,
And
if
so
we
they
were
went to
staying
one each
more
day.
time,
Yeah.
I would 100% do the class again. Obviously, it's not Bourbon Day,
Yeah.
so I would go back. If it was Bourbon Day again, I wouldn't.
Yeah,
But if it
no,
was one
thank
of the
you.
other,
Yeah.
flavors, spirits, I would do it.
But it's not like you're going in. You know, like some tastings, you go in and they give you like effectively like 3 splashes of liquor, and you're like, okay, bye. But this, like, you got a lot. You got
Yes.
4 full size cocktails, 2 half shots, and like 2 turkey sandwiches and a bunch of chips. Like you got a good amount of stuff, and it was
$50 per person.
Okay,
so
see,
that's
yeah.
actually pretty good.
Yeah, for 4 cocktail. I mean,
Yeah.
one smoked old fashioned in there on the menu, I'm sure would be no less than $13, $14. So,
It was actually a good. It
Yeah.
was actually a good package.
yeah, like you
considering.
got, yeah. I mean, I just wish it was anything but bourbon. Like, I can't, like, darn it. But yeah, it was really fun. The bartenders were great as usual. I don't think we've ever had like a bad bartender on any Disney
No,
property
the
ever.
staff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 100%. Like, I've never met a rude cast member personally at all the resorts that we've toured so far.
Oh, I was like, I've met one at the theme parks, but I've never
yeah,
met.
not at any of the resorts.
Yeah, that
Everybody's
lady just
been-
came up on you out of nowhere. Remember her at Epcot? She like came out of nowhere. You weren't even doing anything. We were talking about going into the Moana thing, and we were kind of like,
Yeah, we were just standing there.
she came out of nowhere.
But
she
I
like
think it was
came out of
somebody
the
else,
woods.
and I don't know
Maybe
why
she like
thought it was
misunderstood.
me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I was like,
you and Tanya. We were like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't do anything wrong.
Like we,
but I was just like, okay.
yeah, oh, yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah, the resort staff, no matter what, always great.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, they've always been nice.
But yeah, so that was our chat on Disney Vero. If you guys have any questions about Vero, feel free, comment, DM, whatever. And then we are, like we said, doing Riviera next time. So if there's anything that we shouldn't miss, because I've never been, so I have no idea what it looks like, what's over there, anything.
The gondola. So
what?
riding the gondola.
See, I didn't even know. This is going to be cool. So,
Yeah, the gondola's attached, so that is
That's
really
cool.
cool. That is
Yeah.
one of like one of my big favorite pieces.
That's
Yeah.
cool. So yeah, if there's anything like that we can't miss, let us know. Or if you have any questions, like, hey, I've always wanted to try whatever. Did you guys think it was worth it? Because I like to be a judge of, is it worth it? Like I would say this resort, 1,000% worth it.
Yeah, for
So-
sure. Worth the drive, worth the points.
Yeah.
Yeah, worth your time.
Yeah. I think, because I think one of the first like Disney vlogs I ever watched was on the Riviera. I sent it to you because I think the tagline was like, visiting Disney's most expensive resort. And I was like, okay, yeah.
I
click.
don't know
Yeah.
if it's the most
And then-
expensive. We'll have to research
YouTube.
that.
Who knows? Yeah, it's YouTube. I don't know. And he's not a DVC owner, so he like just bought a room, and then he ended up buying the smallest room they had available, which was basically
Like
half
a
the size
tower
of this
studio.
living room. Yeah,
They're
where it's just
tiny.
the Murphy. Yeah, it looks like they're like storage closet, or should we like make it a room? And they're like, make it a room.
Yeah.
And so the whole time he's like, I couldn't believe how small the room was. I'm like, well, but you bought that room. Like you saw it and you bought it. And then you're upset that it was small, but you bought the smallest one. It just seemed strange. So that was like the first thing that I ever saw of Riviera. And so I'm excited to see it from like a normal person's point of view.
Right,
like,
right.
You know,
well, we
and like a normal
do not
room,
have a
normal
tower
stuff.
studio.
Yeah.
We have a 1-bedroom.
Oh, that'd
yeah,
be
because we
cool.
always
Yeah.
try to show the 1-bedrooms. I mean, obviously,
Sometimes
a
we get
studio's
studios.
a studio.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I think you kind of understand the size.
It's a hotel room.
Yeah, you know, the
the most part.
reference.
Yeah.
It's for 2 people.
Yeah.
But the 1-bedrooms, we kind of like to show when we can. Obviously, they're not always available.
Yeah.
But if we can get a 1-bedroom when we're doing a tour, we'll certainly try just to show like this is what extra space your family can get.
Yeah.
You know, but a studio's really for just like a couple
Yeah,
or
just
you know
going in.
friends. You know,
Yeah.
2 people. Yeah.
All right. Well, that was fun chatting. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we will see you in our brand new podcast studio next time.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.